Good evening, folks, and welcome into the Amera Center in the North Sydney. My name is Jeff McIntyre for High Button Sports, bringing you another under 15 major matchup between the Joneljim Cougars and the visiting Gulls. Just about ready to get things kicked off. I'll hand you off to the PA announcer for the national anthem. All right, the starting goalies for this evening's matchup for the Gulls is Landon Rogerson, and for the hometown Cougars is Lane Wambach. First meeting of the season between both teams. Should be a quality matchup, and we're about to get things kicked off. Here we go. That's just chipped out of the Cougar zone off the opening face-off. Battle along the half-wall fort. Comes free to the middle briefly for the Cougars. Here's Henneberry in his own zone. Plays it off the boards. Just barely outside the line. Sears taps it ahead. And it's finally picked up and shot down the ice by the Cougars. Rogerson will leave it there for Henneberry. He'll find his D partner. And the Gulls break out clean. Bobble in the neutral zone, but picked up again. Inside the zone with Sears. He'll dump and give, that's Jollymore. He'll dump and go for a change. Cougars chip it ahead. Has some lane through the middle of the ice. There's Buckley. Goes wide. Finds Wilson. His backhand shot goes wide of the net. Kept in at the far wall by Braun. Puck dribbles into the middle, blocked in front. Cannon puts it into the middle off a shin pad, and that goes down the ice. Cougars first on it. Collision by Johnson along the boards, but the puck is dug free, and we're going to add the first penalty of the game, going to the Cougars for a hook, I believe. This is going to go to Avery Johnson of the Cougars. 2 minutes or less for hooking. He tried to lift the stick of the Gulls player, but just got it into the hands a little bit. 13:41 left in the first period, and the Gulls head to the power play. Sent down the ice off the draw by the Cougars. Gulls will have to regroup. Breakout pass, misses the winger, dribbles into the neutral zone, and forced back by Geezer of the Cougars. He's in forechecking, does a nice job to knock the puck off the stick. Just misses O'Neill, I believe, with the pass, and it's sent back down behind Rogerson's goal. And the Gulls will skate things out. And over the line is Ruiz. He takes a check into the boards, gets it to the middle briefly. Shots negated there. Into the middle, picked off by the Cougars and sent down the ice. So far, a good penalty kill for the Cougars. Henneberry goes back for it, takes it from his goalie. Puts it across dangerously in front of his net, but they do get away with it. Played up to the middle, knocked off his stick, and regained there by Calvert. He'll get a head of steam, but he's turned back nicely by Timmins. Calvert dragging the puck in his own zone. Makes one man miss, and he'll look to gain the line just onside. Has it knocked off his stick, but it's given back to him in the corner. Battle along the half wall. Puck comes free, and it's just knocked down into the air, but it'll slide down the ice. 34 seconds to go in the penalty to Johnson. And that lead pass goes astray, sent down the ice. Turnover behind the net. Geezer tries to center it. Had McNeil in the slot, but it's knocked away by the Gulls. Played up the middle by Kennedy. Connected with Jollymore, and that's chipped off his stick. Gulls trying to get organized here. McNeil tries to fire it down the ice, turns it over. Blocked in front. Loose puck there. Jollymore can't find it. Cannon does. And he'll play it behind the net. Good check along the half wall, and the Cougars seal it, and that'll do it for the penalty. Back to 5-on-5 action. That pass misses Cannon. It'll slide down the ice. Cougars changing. Now we have Dixon behind the net. He'll set things up for the Cougars. Plays it off the half wall, just out of the reach of Johnson. That pass is picked off by Marsh. He can't regain possession. It's played down the wing, but that pass into the middle is turned over. He'll get another chance. Dangerous play coming here. He's got a chance. He shot, and what a save by Wambach on the partial breakaway to keep this game scoreless. Always a tough play when the defenseman steps up and tries to glove that waffling puck, and it did skip through the Cougars player. I think that was Cranston that had the opportunity for the Gulls, but he was turned away by Wambach. Long stretch here without a whistle. 10:24 to go in the first period. Puck's behind the net of the Cougars. Centering pass, turned away by the Cougars. Back to the point. Henneberry has a shot, but it's well wide of the net. Picked up there by Pelham. Pelham circles back. He's knocked off the puck, but plays it deep behind the Cougars' net. Here's Dixon for the Cougars. He has it roll off his stick, reverses play for Sims. Sims has it roll off as well. Into the center. Blocked off a glove. Rebounds there. Knocked just wide. Cougars scrambling a little bit in their own zone here. Having a tough time getting control of the puck. Gulls will go for a change, so they'll get a chance to skate things out. Buckley loses it, turned over in the middle. Gulls shot off a stick and wide of the net of McLeod. Rebound's picked up in the corner. Shot from a sharp angle. They score! Gulls take a 1-0 lead on that scrambly play inside the Cougars' end. Looks like Jack Zwicker banged that one home in front to give the Gulls an early 1-0 lead at 9:24 of the first. Loose puck coming. Another big save. Sharp angle shot. Wambach can't find the rebound, but it's dug out by the Cougars. They can't quite get it over the red line, and it's turned over there. Kennedy spins around, finds Sears. Sears has some room to skate, but he has his pocket picked, and it's sent down the ice by the Cougars. Johnson in forechecking, has it chipped around him. Kennedy has it roll off his stick just outside of his zone. Gulls will regroup. Kennedy gets it ahead to Sears. His chip into the middle for Calvert misses. And it'll be sent down right on Wambach. Took a little bit of a hop on him. He had the glove in the right position. And the Cougars will look to break it out the other side of the ice. Barry has a shot, but it goes wide. Centering pass, connects. Big paddle save. And the rebound is dug out there by the Gulls. Good chance for the Cougars to answer back. But Rogerson was equal to the task. Puck sent down into the corner. Jollymore's there for the Gulls. His centering pass misses. Breakout pass misses everyone. It's going to land right on Rogerson, and he'll hold that for a whistle with Parks bearing down on him. .7:59 to go in the first period. Gulls 1, Cougars 0. Early shots on goal are 6-2 in favor of the Gulls, and they have had the luxury of having a power play to this point as well. Big hit behind the net. Pass is cut off. Gulls will break things out. Big stretch pass connects. McKinnon tries to put it into the middle. Cranston there picks it up. He's knocked off the puck. And the Cougars will gather it up, but just barely get it outside their zone. There's Noel. Feeds it back to Ruiz. Ruiz hits the glass and out. Bounces into the middle. Cannon can't advance the puck, and I believe that should be too many men on the Gulls, and it is. Always dangerous when you're changing and the puck is in front of your bench. As soon as you touch that, you're just about always going to get that call made. 7:23 remaining in the first, and the Cougars will go to their first power play of the game with a chance to even the score. Serving the penalty for the Gulls is Adam Levy. Off the draw, Gulls control but can't clear it. Graves will have that at the blue line. He takes a shot. It's off the body in front into the corner. Back to the point. Braun finds Barry. Barry shot, deflected in front. Rebound off the side of the net. And that's going to be kept in. Oh, it does squeak outside the line. Braun almost had it, but he couldn't quite get there in time. Rogerson made a couple of nice saves and kept the angle. Made sure that one couldn't sneak in on the short side. Buckley will gather it up, but loses it. Two Cougars collide, but Henneberry is there. He'll try to clear the zone. It's kept in with the skate at the line of Braun. Into the middle, Buckley can't get the shot away. I believe he was trying to pass it down low. Braun gloves it down, finds Barry. Barry cross-ice feed just behind Buckley. It was a good attempt, just missed. Braun over to the half wall for Barry. Barry shot high and over the net. Graves finds it on his back end on the half wall. Sears in there disrupting things, and the return pass to Braun misses and exits the zone. 45 seconds to go in the power play for the Cougars. And that's Ruiz, picks it up, and he'll fire it down the ice for the Gulls. McLeod is back for it behind his net for the Cougars to try and get things set up. 30 seconds remaining in the power play. Here's Marsh trying to gain the line. Just onside, he leaves it for McLeod. Has a man in his face. Chipped free, Ruiz. Doesn't get much on it, but it's cleared. Potential 2-on-1 coming. Pass into the middle, off the skate, and it'll go into the corner. Calvert took a hit there from Marsh, I believe. Cougars regroup. Penalty's just about over. That is knocked off the stick into the middle ice, the center ice area, but the Cougars get away with it. Rogerson will stop it behind the net. That pass connects on the wing. Just onside at the line. Timmins does well, battles down low, but he's basically all alone. There's 3 Gulls in there to help. And Timmins does come away with the puck, gets it to the point for Graves. He has to settle the bouncing puck before he can get the shot away. And Timmins, after that tough shift, goes for a change. Into the middle, off a skate, picked up by Parks. Parks tries to go between the legs, and he can't do it, of Dufour. Dufour shuts the rush down nicely. Big hit in the middle of the ice. McKinnon took the worst of that one. That's just onside at the line. Cougars trying to find an option. Played all the way around the ice. Back to the point for Graves. His shot almost tipped on goal. I believe it's going wide, but it was a good attempt. Parks was there. Now Parks and Bonner are digging for it. Puck comes free. Jollymore is going to be there for the Gulls. He makes a nice pass into the middle. And McKinnon will get the line and fire it in and go for a change. Sims gathers for the Cougars. Played back to Sims behind the net. He has a man on him, Cranston. Just played up the wall and skips over a couple of sticks. That pass does not connect. It's turned over. Henneberry chasing Geezer. His pass into the middle. Just a step too far. Shot never did come. Pass behind the net. They score! Colin Geezer banks it in off Rogerson, I believe. And the Cougars tie the game at 1. Lachlan O'Neill with the initial chance, I believe. Put it behind the net, found Geezer, and he does the rest. 3:36 to go in the first period, and we're tied at 1s. Shots on goal are 7-6 in favor of the Cougars after being down 6-2 in that category early. Late change, and Geezer is getting a penalty for being waved out of the draw. He must have said something to the referee, and he's going to be getting an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty after just tying the game at 1. Not a penalty you can afford to take if you're the Cougars. Face-off will come down inside the Cougar zone. I believe Geezer was being waved out of the draw because the Cougars were trying to get a late change in after scoring that goal. Kind of a call that you don't see often. After a goal, you usually see the referees give a little bit of an extra time for the kids to celebrate the goal and then make the change after running the bench, etc. But in this case, it's cost the Cougars a penalty. Draws scrum, but it's kept in at the line by Kennedy. Plays it onto the half wall, back for Ruiz. His pass gets through onto the half wall, pass to the back door, just misses. Played into the middle, here's Kennedy. Kennedy plays it on the half wall, big lane to the net there. Into the middle, shot. Blocker stopped by Wambach. Good puck movement by the Gulls to get that chance. Puck's played down the ice by O'Neill, and he'll give chase. Rogerson flips it over to the stick of O'Neill and onto the wing. McNeil's there to put that puck deep again for the Cougars. Ruiz finds the stretch pass. Callum can't get to the puck. It's knocked away by McLeod briefly. Puck's not cleared by the Cougars. And they'll get a second chance. And that'll be fired down the ice. First minute of the power play. It's just about done. Gulls looking to get some momentum back after giving up the tying goal. Calvert has a step on Braun. He does well to seal him along the wall. Calvert will spin off him and set things up. Back to the point. Henneberry. Shot coming from the half wall, and that's well high and over the net by Dufour. 40 seconds left in the penalty to Geyser. Most times you'll see these kind of penalties, you'll see the penalty killers work extra hard to kill that sort of a penalty off. Kind of galvanizes the team sometimes. There's Noel off the draw. Plays it down low. Centering pass. They score! What a passing play by the Gulls. And they capitalize to take a 2-1 lead. Calvert was streaking down the back door, and the pass found him, and he made no mistake beating Wambach. No chance on Wambach for that one on the bang-bang play on the back door. Again, great puck movement from the Gulls on that power play unit. Off the restart. Dixon has it, plays it up the wing to Wilson. His pass just goes astray, and a good play there to come back to the puck to make sure that rush didn't get any more dangerous for the Cougars. Here's Dixon behind the net, looking for an option. Still offside as the Gulls haven't tagged up. Back to the middle, and that pass does not connect. Misses Timmins with it. Played into the middle. Shot coming. Nice blocker saved by Wambach. Sears went straight to the net and was dealt with there by Sims. Ruiz steps up, picks it up off the wall, plays it down low, centering pass, cut off there. Does just about find the far side post. Might have been a Cougar player that swept it out of the crease, actually. Onto the wall for Johnson. He takes a hit, can't get the puck out. Henneberry takes a seeing eye shot, just misses the far post. And it is kept in. Good smothering play here from the Gulls. Puck's played up the wing. Johnson can't quite pick it up, and they are going to call that icing. Usually when the defenseman of the opposing team steps up to take that pass away, usually they negate the icing, but not in this case. Johnson did try to get his stick on that just to deflect it out, and he was closed on, wasn't able to do it. 53 seconds left in the first. Offensive zone draw here for the Gulls. Quick shot toward the net is wide, off a stick. Wilson battling in the corner. Kicked free. Played to an open wing, but kept in by Kennedy. Plays it down low, but it's chipped away by Timmins. Cougars will go for a wholesale change. 30 seconds remaining. Dangerous play in front. Played into the middle. No one there for the Cougars. Back the other way come the Gulls. Pelham has it knocked off his stick. Regains possession. Has a shot. Good save by Wambach. It may have hit a stick on the way there. Graves thinks about going to the point. Stays in position. Shot. Rebound. What a save by Wambach on the original stop and the rebound. Just at the buzzer. I think the Cougars got caught a little bit out of position there, and they're lucky to get out of the first only down one after that smothering last 5 minutes by the Gulls. We'll be back in a few minutes for the second. Shots on goal are 11-7 in favor of the Gulls, and they hold a 2-1 lead. And we're back for the second. Off the draw, puck's chipped down inside the Cougar zone. First man on is Jollymore. He has it pocket picked by Dixon. Centering pass, chopped away, and it's played up the wall and into the middle. Cougars looking to break it out. Good play there from Kennedy to seal off Bonner. Back the other way comes Evans Sergeant Greenwood. He'll get the zone. First man on this one. Chopped away from Sims, but he can't find it in his feet. There's Calvert for the Gulls. Cycles it back down, but can't connect there. Jollymore finds it behind the net. And Dixon will regain possession for the Cougars. Breakout pass just gets outside the line as a Gull got a stick on it. And it's played back down. Here's Sims for the Cougars. Big stretch pass, but a wobbling puck just gets through. Just onside, but Geezer and McNeil both couldn't take the pass cleanly. And that's sent to the bench of the Cougars, off a body and into the bench. Pass to the near side here is Ruiz off the draw. He'll gain the line, fire it in deep. Graves there for the Cougars. He puts it up the wing. That's chopped, but into the center of the ice. Odd man rush here, backhand shot. Good deflection there by Barry to make sure it didn't get to the net. Chipped by the pinching defenseman into the middle. We have a chance here for the Cougars. Shot is just kicked away by Rogerson, and it dribbles into the corner. And the Cougars walk off the half wall and have a quick shot on goal. I believe it was Timmins, but Rogerson is equal to the task. Couple of decent chances for the Cougars there to tie the game at 2. Off the draw, Cranston has it for the Gulls. He'll regroup in his own zone. Pass into the middle, negated there by the Cougars. Big pile up down in the corner. Puck comes free. And the Gulls will battle it up the boards into the middle of the ice. Nice play there from Zwicker to get the puck in deep. Wambach can't pick it up cleanly. Puck centered. Barry fans on the... Or sorry, that's Braun that fanned on the initial clearing attempt. He'll get another chance. Gets it out to the center ice area. Taken over there by Dufour. Plays it over to Noel. And he's dangerously in front of his own goalie, but he gets it back. And outside the zone it comes. Fired right back down by the Cougars. Here's Noel with another chance to regroup. Puts it up the wing for Zwicker. He can't quite tap it to Cranston, but Cranston will battle behind his net to get that puck free. A little bit of a scrambly shift here from the Gulls. And that pass misses in front of the net. Taken over there by Braun. Shot towards the net. No one knows where it is, but it's under Rogerson. Long enough. Rogerson may be lucky that he was kind of moving around trying to figure out where it was. As a goalie, if you can't find it, keep still. You're liable to knock it into your own net. But he gets away with it. Puck's won to the boards by the Gulls, but it's sealed off nicely there by McNeil. Puck's played into the middle of the ice, but no one there for the Gulls. Breakout pass connects from McKinnon, but he can't take it cleanly. And it's dumped down the ice again by the Gulls. Dixon will have it behind his net for the Cougars. Pass up the wing. Nothing he can do with it. Backhand pass toward the net. Wambach thinks about covering, but it's taken right off his paddle. Back the other way come the Cougars. Big hit along the board. Sims takes the worst of that one, but he looks okay. Dixon back for the Cougars again, trying to break this out cleanly. Finds his winger, just dumped off the boards, and that's cut off at center by the Gulls. Just squeaks through a pile of men, and Buckley can't do anything once he gets over the line. Cannon takes it away from him. Cannon tries to get a too many men in the ice penalty, I think. Smart, heady play, but the Cougar player just got off in time. Back the other way come the Gulls. Here's Sears battling with Barry. Big hit along the wards. Bodies are starting to fly a little bit here. And so far, no penalties. And as I say that, the linesman gets taken out as well. Puck comes free to O'Neill. He can't get it towards the front of the net, though. Played to the half wall and now back behind the net. Centering pass, cut off there by the Gulls. No Cougar in the area. It's chipped wide. Cannon trying to go around his man, held up. No interference on the play. Referees really letting them play today. Minus that penalty off the initial goal for the Cougars. Puck's played into the corner. Barry chips it up. Finds his winger. That hits a skate. And they'll regroup. 3-on-2 rush coming for the Cougars the other way. Here's Geezer going wide. Ruiz shuts that down nicely into the middle for O'Neill. O'Neill's shot. And right into the crest of Rogerson. And we have some pushing and shoving in front of the Gulls net. Smartly, the Cougars skate away and go for a change, not taking any chances on another penalty after the whistle. 14:57 left in the second period. Draw scrambled, comes free. Buckley has a chance, can't get the shot away. Rebound's lying there. And it's picked out by the Gulls. Back the other way they come. Played off the boards. And just shut down nicely there by Braun. Played to the line but kept in. Shot down behind the net. Cougars playing with some fire in their own zone. Played to the front. No one can find it for the Gulls. Now they do. Back to Cranston. Cranston makes a man miss. Tries to find his man on the wall. But that pass misses. Buckley taps it ahead, but that's picked off. Centering pass, knifed away there by Wambach into the middle of the ice. Cougars are trying to get things set up. All they can do is fire it back out to center ice. It's turned over there. Zwicker walks in, has a shot. Wide of the net, off a stick in front. Cranston gets shoved into the boards along the half wall. Two Cougars come in to help. And now McKinnon will come over and knock the puck loose for the Gulls. Quick shot on goal. Big save by Wambach there. Rebound was there, but Cougars cleared the front of the net. Gulls with good possession inside the zone. Good seal there by Buckley. And a big scrum coming again, yet again in the corner. Gulls come away with it. Back to the point. Just about too many men again, but they get away with it. Players just get off in time. Battle again down low. Puck comes free, but the Cougar is knocked off his skates. Luckily, the Gulls are going for another change, so the Cougars have a bit of time to work things out. Puck's played off Evan Sargent Greenwood's glove. And that rush stalls for the Cougars. Greenwood back the other way. Has it knocked off his stick and a big collision along the wall. Braun still out there after a bit of a long shift. It's chopped outside the zone. Just might have enough for icing. And they do wave it off. Might have been deflected before it got down the ice at the blue line. Puck comes free into the center of the ice. Backhand by Johnson. Not much on it. Doesn't get down deep enough. And Calvert will take it over there. Puck doesn't quite get outside the zone though. Wild shot there by Wilson. Doesn't have much on it. And he lays a big hit on Calvert, who is going to feel the effects of that one. Big open ice hit by Wilson. Oh, and dangerous play there off a skate right into the crease of Wambach. That's pass misses and heads down the ice for Henneberry. Henneberry gets it to Levy, but he can't get it deep. A lot of players swinging and missing on him. These shots or entry passes. Plays into the middle for Cannon, but he can't take it cleanly. Puck bouncing around down in that corner. Dixon will come away with it momentarily, plays it to an open wing. Ruiz has lots of time at the point, makes Wilson miss. He walks in, thinks about a shot, plays it down low and gets it back. Bobbles it momentarily, and that'll just come outside the zone. Cougars looking for a change, but the puck didn't quite get deep enough. Into the zone's Pelham. He finds Zwicker into the middle. Big save by Wambach, but they can't quite clear the rebound. They get away with it, and that's shot into the stands. And the Cougars will get the change they need at 11:09 left in the second. Yet again, the Cougars playing with fire, not getting the puck out of their own zone. But they live to fight another day on that one. Off the draw, it's controlled by the Cougars, played to an open wing, picked up there by O'Neill. He can't get the puck out, has 3 goals converge on him. Played to the middle of the ice, but Zwicker just can't pick it up in time. And Wambach will cover it for a whistle. Shots on goal is just about the halfway mark of the game, are 17-11 in favor of the Gulls. And they are still holding that 2-1 lead. But the last few shifts, the Cougars are really holding on. Here's Pelham, plays it off the boards. Doesn't get it deep though. Battling hard, keep the puck in. Zwicker comes away with it momentarily. He's knocked down. And the Cougars come back the other way with a 2-on-2 rush. Geezer can't get the puck down deep enough, but it's kept in at the line. Chance for O'Neill. He plays it to Geezer. Geezer shot, scores! Great play at the line to keep it in. And O'Neill gets it to Geezer, and he does the rest. Goes back, forehand, backhand to beat Rogerson. And the Cougars tie the game at 2. 10:25 to go in the second period. Notice the Cougars didn't try to make a change after that last goal, not taking any chances on another penalty, I suppose. Gulls go straight ahead with it off the restart, and the shot goes wide of the net. Jollymore keeps it in at the far wall, takes a big hit, comes away with it is Jollymore again. Back to the point for Kennedy. His quick shot blocked. And he'll get another chance, but he plays it down low. Shot on goal is stopped by Wambach. Rebound comes right back to him, and it's played behind Wambach's net. Referee gets in the way of that breakout pass. I believe it was Dixon that tried to get around him there. Played to the middle. And that rush is shut down. And 1-on-3 doesn't usually work out well. Big hit along the wall, and a late call. I initially thought the hit was, oh, hold on. Maybe the hit was fine. It was just the same timing. So it looks like Dixon is getting the penalty, or no, pardon me, Parks is getting the penalty, but I thought it was on the initial hit. It turns out it's a hooking call. And the Gulls will go back to the power play after scoring on their last one. Henneberry plays it down low. Sears gets it back to the half wall. That's Cannon. Tries to play it on the backside. Big save. Rebound just dribbles wide of the net. And that's played out by the Cougars. Great stops down low by Wambach to keep this at a 2-2 game. Levy tries to play it into the middle for Cannon. That pass misses. And it's sent down the ice by the Cougars. And we're going to have a penalty. Looks like a slashing call coming. And it's going to go to Miller Cannon of the Gulls. I think it was away from the puck, but I would label that a makeup call if I've ever seen one, as that hooking call to the Cougars initially didn't look like much either. We'll play some 4-on-4 for 1 minute and 21 seconds. 8:57 left in the second. Puck's controlled by the Gulls and fired out. Barry can't get much on that dump-in attempt, but McLeod backs him up. It's Marty McLeod for the Cougars, back the other way. Looking to gain the zone. He's in over. Quick shot. High and over the glove of Rogerson. And I'm not going to question the referees, but that sure looked like a headshot of a cross-check to Geezer, but no call on the play. Barry finds the front. Oh, and it's chipped wide by Buckley. Great pass from Barry to find his man in the middle of the ice. Kept in at the point by Barry. He has a shot. That's blocked in front. Back to Barry. His pass is fanned on, but he gets a stick on the onrushing goal. That's Cranston. Cranston walking around Barry. Quick shot. They score! What an individual effort by Bowen Cranston of the Gulls. 4-on-4 has to be hard to contain him with all that skill and speed. And the Gulls regain the lead with a 3-2 goal scored by Bowen Cranston. Cougars may have had things sorted out, but Cranston chipped it around one man and then beat Barry in front for the goal. How many times have you seen that in hockey? A great chance at one end and then that one is negated, and at the other end it's in the back of the net. Kennedy plays it up the wing. Turned over to Braun, but he can't get the puck in deep. And that's sent down the ice by the Gulls for an icing call. 7:35 remaining in the second period. Penalty looks like it has just ended to Parks. It's not up on the board anymore. As soon as this puck is dropped, he'll be allowed to come out of the box. And the Cougars will go to a short power play for 39 seconds. Just some confusion. Like I said, the penalty is off the board, but it has 1 second left in it. So we'll play 4-on-4 until the puck drops, and then the Cougars will head to the power play. Braun gets it across to Graves. Graves tees it up. Off a stick, I believe, and high and over the net. Braun plays it down low to Geezer. Geezer, quick shot off a stick, and that's off the sidewall, actually. Graves regains possession for the Cougars. Has it again. Gets it to Braun. Braun finds a pass down low, but it's taken in the feet of Buckley, and he does well just to gain possession back for the Cougars. Pass into the middle for Geezer. He has his stick lifted. Barry gets it back to Geezer. Geezer's surrounded there by two Gulls, and they win the puck battle and fire it down the ice. That'll do it for the power play. Puck's played quick up for Geezer. He knocks his man down, played in front, shot, they score! What a great play from the Cougars. Just as the Gulls penalty ended, they take advantage of the Gulls going for a change. And I think it's Alex Bonner that streaks off the bench and beats Rogerson over the glove to tie the game at 3. Off the draw, Cougars gain control. Braun fires it off the glass and down. Ruiz picks it up there. Played around. McKinnon chips it ahead into the middle. Good back check there from the Cougars. Played off the boards and down. Rogerson comes out and he just chips it away from McNeil. Played to the point, tipped on goal, just wide of the near post. And we're going to have another penalty coming to the Gulls. This one looks like a trip. Cougars would do well to get out of there before they take an even up call. I think it's going to be Ruiz that took the initial trip. Oh, pardon me, it's a hooking call. 6:10 left in the second period. Cougars will head back to the power play for a chance to take the lead. Puck scrummed to the boards, but kept in at the line by Braun. Braun down low to Barry. Barry into the middle for Graves. Graves shot, kicked aside by Rogerson. Battled forward by the Gulls. Just kept in at the line by the Cougars. Puck finds the lane by Barry. He takes a clapper, and now back the other way comes the Gulls with a 2-on-1 rush. Into the middle, just ahead, and chopped wide of the goal. Dangerous rush there from the Gulls, but a great chance preceded it from the Cougars. Barry stepped in and laid a slap shot, and Rogerson was equal to the task. That's fired down the ice right on Wambach. He'll have to hold it as Cranston is looking for that home run pass. A minute and 7 left in the power play. Face-off coming inside the Cougar zone. Gulls control in the offensive zone. Noel fires it down behind Wambach's net. Dixon, shadowed there by Levy. Puck's being bulled ahead by McLeod, and he spins it back for Dixon. Dixon gets it to Timmins, finds the trailer, he'll gain the line. It's McLeod. McLeod thinks about a shot, but he'll gain possession, try to set it up. Takes a sharp angle shot, knifed away by Rogerson. Pass in, and that's cut off by the Gulls and sent down the ice. They'll go for a quick change. And Dixon is going to try the big stretch, but there's no one there this time. And that'll go for an icing call on the power play. Dixon had the right idea, but Cougars didn't have a man at the blue line waiting for that quick up this time. 4:33 remaining in the period and 23 seconds left in the power play for the Cougars. Possession comes to Dixon. He'll get it to McLeod behind his net. Pass through the middle, connects. Up through the ice come the Cougars, but that pass rolls away, and it'll be sent down the ice again by Greenwood. McLeod back with Pelham on him. He'll try to beat him wide, and he does, but he loses the puck, and he absolutely steamrolls Henneberry, I believe. What a hit from McLeod. And Greenwood spins off his man Johnson, and he's got a head of steam the other way. He gains the zone, cuts up, plays the puck back to the half wall, and it's knifed away there by the Cougars. Back the other way again. Tries to walk in, and the puck's just going to die in the corner on that rush. Gulls gather it here. It's Kennedy. Gets it to Cranston. Rolls off his stick, and it's played back down by the Cougars. Rogerson will come out to stop it there. Played quickly around the boards. Kennedy into the middle. His chip pass doesn't connect, and it's just played off the boards to McNeil. McNeil takes a hit along the boards, plays the puck in deep. Here's Kennedy again. Kennedy surveying the ice, has Wilson forechecking, spins off his man. Good play there, good patience from Kennedy. The pass to Greenwood misses. Bonner's in forechecking for the Cougars. And Sergeant Greenwood has it again. Good pinch there, but it's swept away by the Gulls. And now it's just flipped back down where Sergeant Greenwood will pick it up. Gulls having a hard time breaking out of their zone right now. Turned over. Shot in front. They score! As I said, the Gulls looked a little tentative. Couldn't find a lane out of their zone. And I believe it's Zenon Parks comes off the bench and finds the loose puck and beats Rogerson for a 4-3 lead with 2:36 left in the second period. Good forechecking by the Cougars, and they're rewarded. Off the restart, here's Ruiz. Avoids the check and keeps the puck moving forward. It's jumped back out to center ice for Noel. Well, just gets it outside the zone. And it's popped forward. Good play there to seal Sears off the puck. Graves has a man on him as well. He battles it ahead. Ruiz thinks about pinching, but smartly backs off. Here's Graves looking to beat him wide, but a good stick from Ruiz to shut that rush down. Back the other way is come the Gulls, but pass misses. And a big hit from Sears in the corner. It's played off the boards. Just chopped outside the line. Here's O'Neill for the Cougars over the line. Gets it to Graves. Shot high and wide of the net. Barry will keep it in at the line. And it's played right back. That's going to be chopped ahead by Gieser and kicked out by Levy. And the Cougars doing well to make sure nothing happens in that middle ice area. Gulls having a tough time turning anything in transition. Gieser battling in the corner, has the puck knocked away from him. Into the middle. Here's Cannon for the Gulls. He'll get the line and fire it deep. Wambach can't pick it up, comes right around. Gulls do well to pick up that dump in, but half the line had gone for a change. Cranston was mostly on his own there. Buckley overskates the puck, but it is shot out of play for a whistle. We're into the final minute of the second period. 58 seconds remaining. Face off deep inside the Cougars' end. Draws one cleanly out of the zone. Gulls will have to come back for it. Played off the boards. Connects with Zwicker. That pass, chip ahead, is cut off by Braun. He's tripped, but I think they're saying he stepped on a stick rather than being tripped. Nice reverse hit there along the half wall, and the Cougars will just dump it in. Henneberry will gain possession for the Gulls. His pass misses Dufour. Wasn't ready for it at all, but he does pick it up off the boards. And it's just shot down the ice. And they're saying it's deflected by the Cougars around the center ice area. Played to an open wing, overskated there, but it does come out. Cougars had an opportunity to get that puck headman, but they couldn't connect. Back the other way is Zwicker. His pass is fanned on. That pass sent ahead, but just behind Gieser. Otherwise, he's in on a break. And that will do it for the second period. After 2 periods of play, it's the Cougars 4 and the Gulls 3. We'll be back after the flood for the third period. Talk to you then. And we're back for the third period of play between the Cougars and the Gulls. After 2, it's 4-3 in favor of the Cougars. Shots on goal are 20-17 in favor of the Gulls. Should be an entertaining third period. Very close, physical game. And we're ready for puck drop. Here we go. Gulls control it off the draw. Played to the wing, and that'll miss everybody and skip down the ice. Early icing call against the Gulls. Controlled by Kennedy. Up to the wing. Centering pass. Cut off there nicely. Big hit on Sims. It might have been a touch late, and the call made by the trailing official. Interference is the call. Evan Sergeant Greenwood will sit for 2 minutes or less for interference on that big open ice hit on Sims. Face off one, back to the point. Cougars control. Sears closes on his man and fires the puck down the ice. Wambach stops it behind the net. Leaves it there for Braun. Braun looks to break it out for the Cougars. Gets it up to the wing. Barry will gain the line and fire it down. Stopped behind the net by Rogerson. Kennedy battling with 2 Cougars. Puck comes free. Geezer has it. Played to the half wall for Graves. Graves back to the point. Braun, quick shot on goal. Glove down by Rogerson. Not a whole lot of traffic in front as Geezer was being boxed out effectively. 1:22 left in the power play for the Cougars. Puck scrummed in the middle of the face-off dot. Over to Barry. Barry's shot off the stick of Rogerson and over the glass for a whistle. Dylan Barry getting a few chances from that left-hand flank on the power play. Face-off's controlled by the Gulls, but the clearing attempt kept in at the line. Braun backhands it across to Graves, but the pass is behind him, and it'll sneak outside the zone. Cougars regroup. Here's Braun. Walks around one man. Gets the puck up to Barry. Barry will stop up at the line. Plays it across for Graves, but the pass is ahead of him. And that's chopped down the ice by the Gulls. Braun, the only man back for the Cougars, plays it ahead to Graves. Graves into the middle. He'll go for a skate. He'll gain the line, cut things up, look to get things pointed in the right direction for the Cougars. 33 seconds left on the power play. Graves sealed off in the corner. 2 Gulls battling him there. Plays it around for Johnson behind the net. He'll skate things back to the point. Marsh can't take it cleanly, and that's sent down the ice. First man back for the Cougars is Marty McLeod. He overskates it. Has time to regroup. Penalty is just about done. One last rush possibly. There's Dixon as Greenwood comes out of the box. And he's stepped into by Greenwood. And I believe it's an offside call. Bit of a dangerous play there. Not sure if Dixon was aware that Greenwood was coming out of the box just as he was passing by with the puck. And the Cougars failed to extend their lead on the power play. Gulls did a good job of not allowing easy entries into the zone. McLeod picks it up off the wall, fires towards the net, rebounds there. Shots negated. And back the other way come the Gulls. Pelham will gain the line and fire it right down onto Wambach, and he'll have to cover that up for a whistle. In the early going here of the third period, both teams doing a little bit more tight checking than they were in the first two periods. Not as much room to be found out there. There's Cranston with one of the goals for the Gulls. Plays it back to the point. That shot's chopped away. Potential breakaway coming, but Geezer chooses not to headman the puck. He goes in himself, walks around Greenwood. Sharp angle shot misses. Shot from the point's blocked before it can get to the goal. Here's McLeod. Takes the feed from Geezer. Shot off of a body and possibly Rogerson as well and into the corner. Puck's chopped around the back of the net. Parks has it in his feet. O'Neill comes in to help out, but he can't pick it up cleanly. Kennedy off a body, tries to go through the middle. Played into the middle off a skate. Loose puck. They chop it towards the goal, and a late hack. Late hack, I believe, was O'Neill. And that's not something any defenseman ever likes to see happen to their goalie, so there's a little bit of pushing and shoving. But nothing will come of it. Big save there from Rogerson. I'm not sure how much the Cougars got on the shot, as it was just kind of pushed towards the goal. 16:25 left in the third period. Cougars still holding on to that one-goal lead. Behind the net, Cougars have a chance. Centering pass, misses McNeil. And we're going to have a penalty on the play. May not have been from behind, but it was certainly on the weak side. So see what we're getting here from the officials. Important thing is the Gulls player is back up and okay. Penalty is going to go to Ty Timmins. 2 minutes for boarding. And after the Cougars fail to score on their most recent power play, the Gulls will head to theirs with a chance to tie the game at 4. Good to see the Gulls player that took the check is okay and back on the bench. Henneberry has it off the draw for the Gulls. He walks to the center, has a lane to the net. Nice low shot is knifed away by Wambach. Calvert picks it up, gets it back to Ruiz at the point. Finds Cannon at the near point. He's sealed off nicely there by the Cougars. Buckley played across, big slap shot towards the goal, and that's shut down nicely by Wambach. That's his 23rd shot of the game. He's been busy, and honestly, out of those 23 shots, probably 10 or so that were 10-bell chances, so he's been very good tonight. Puck just squeaks by Henneberry off the draw and out to the neutral zone. Here's Ruiz. Quick headman to Zwicker, and he'll fire it down. Wambach does stop it behind the net for Graves. Graves rims it hard around, and that'll get down the ice. Ruiz will go back to his own zone to regroup with Geezer forechecking. Geezer swipes the puck away briefly, but he'll regroup behind his own net. Ruiz breaks things out with Geezer on him. There's Jollymore. Finds the man on the half wall, Pelham. Pelham is stapled by Graves, and O'Neill gets the loose puck and can't clear it just yet, and he fans on the clearing attempt. Battled hard there by the Gulls, and they come away with possession. Here's Jollymore, shot towards the net. Doesn't quite get there. Sharp angle shot is shut down by Wambach. Back to the point for Dufour. He finds Noel. Noel gets it back to Dufour, and his shot is knocked away by Wambach, and the puck just gets by and outside the line. Dufour got most of it, but couldn't quite keep it in. And it's sent down the ice. The Gulls will go for a change. Only 20 seconds left in the power play. And Graves has lots of time and fires it down the ice right on Rogerson. He'll knife that puck into the corner for Dufour. Dufour gaining some speed. With Marsh on him, he'll spin back and switch the ice. Good step up to negate what could have been a partial breakaway there if that pass had got away. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. The Cougars are able to kill off that penalty to still hold their 4-3 lead. Breakout here into the middle. Just onside is Sears, but he can't find the puck. Cranston comes up and does back the play up, gets the puck deep. It's turned over there to Braun of the Cougars. He'll backhand it off a body, but it doesn't get outside the line. Braun will get another chance, battling with Cranston, and it's still kept in yet again. Played to the strong side, but no Cougar there to pick that pass up. Braun back in his own zone again. Just gets it over to his D partner, and that stretch pass connects. Sims with a nice stretch pass, McLeod with a nice stretch pass, but the Cougars rush stalls at the blue line. That puck misses McKinnon. He takes a big thump along the boards from Geezer. Cougars can't pick it up on the corner. Just chipped ahead. Gulls come with speed. That's Calvert. He chips it by, and we're going to get another penalty. Big save by Wambach. Puck's loose behind the net. Cougars didn't quite know where it was. The stuff play on the far post is shut down by Wambach, but we are getting another penalty on the play down the boards on Calvert. Looks like Cohen Geezer is going to sit for 2 minutes or less for roughing. .43 remaining in the third period, and just after killing off the most recent penalty, the Cougars go back to the penalty kill. That's caught at the line by Greenwood. Gulls will look to set things up. Into the middle, Kennedy tries to find Calvert. That pass is knocked away and just gets out to the neutral zone. Here's Greenwood. Sergeant Greenwood gains the line, hits Barry with the dump in, but it keeps the puck moving down low for Cannon. That's Calvert. Calvert spins off, finds Cannon. Here's Cannon, he'll walk off the line, plays it into the middle for Calvert, and a great stretch play there by Barry, I believe, to negate that pass to the back door, saving almost a sure goal. 1 minute and 15 left in the power play. Some good opportunities so far for the Gulls, but they haven't been able to capitalize. Cougars will fire it down one more time. Evan Sergeant Greenwood behind his net plays it up to the wing. Pelham, pass into the middle of the ice, finds Zwicker. Zwicker's one-on-one with Braun, and Braun plays it well. Puck dribbles into the corner. Pelham backs that up, gets it to Zwicker, and he'll leave it there for Pelham. And now we have Henneberry into the middle of the ice. Noel on the half wall can't take the pass in stride. Cougars doing well to cover some lanes here. Braun down low. Does a great job to get his stick on that centering pass. Henneberry at the top of the umbrella. Gets over to Zwicker. Zwicker's shot. Save. Rebound. They score! Wambach was surrounded in his crease. He made the first 2 or 3 stops, but the rebound is cashed in. Only 19 seconds left in the power play, and the Gulls tie the game at 4. I believe the goal scorer is Liam Jollymore. Finds the loose puck and makes no mistake burying it behind Wambach. And the Cougars are being bit by penalties. They're going to have to stay out of the penalty box against this lethal Gulls offense. Cranston on the forecheck, centering pass, misses everybody, and back the other way come the Cougars. Walks in, shot, and what a nice shoulder save that was from Rogerson. off of Wilson, I believe. Puck looks like it's skipped out of play. Face-off will be coming inside the goal zone. Cougars looking to respond after having the game just tied up by the Gulls. Off the draw, Sears jumps the win, chips it off the boards, held up by Graves momentarily. Spin pass by Ruiz, doesn't get to the center of the ice. Back the other way comes Graves for the Cougars with a head of steam. He goes wide, has a lane to the net. He's knocked off stride there by Evan Sargent Greenwood. Great play by the defenseman to knock Graves off the puck. Cranston plays it to the middle, off the skate of Barry and wide of the net. Back to the point, Greenwood, shot. Hits a body in front, and that's knocked down by the Cougars. Played behind the net. First man there is Barry, his headman pass in the skates, and it'll dribble outside the line. Greenwood back there for the Gulls, who just laid that big hit on Graves. Too many men on the ice for the Cougars, but they don't see it. What a break for the Cougars, and they almost capitalize. What a miss. They had too many men for at least 5 seconds. Great stop at the other end by Rogerson. Dixon back for it, turns it over. McKinnon plays it behind the net. Sims, first man there for the Cougars, plays it to the line. Kept in. Great play there. Headman pass connects. Just gets a little ahead of Bonner before he can get the shot away. Great poke check from Rogerson to clear that puck out of danger. Ruiz gets to McKinnon. McKinnon up to Calvert. He misses the pass, turns it over to Dixon. Dixon gains the line, stops up, fires a wild shot towards the net. Parks plays it back to the line, and Gieser takes a wild shot. That'll carry him all the way around and outside the zone. 8:45 to go in the third period. Cougars have it in their own zone. Stretch pass connects with Sims. He tries to leave it there for Gieser, but that's picked off by Jollymore, the most recent goal scorer for the Gulls. Puck's played to an open wing. Marsh tries to get around Noel, but can't do it. And there's going to be a delayed offside on the Cougars. 8:24 remaining in the third, and we have a 4-4 game. Shots on goal are 29-25 in favor of the Gulls. Gulls control it. Here's Henneberry. Plays it up to Pelham. Pelham can't get anything on that dump in, and it's sent back out to center by the Cougars. Gulls will regroup. Noel headmans it to Zwicker. He can't get it deep. The Cougars will come back in transition. Played down the ice. Rogerson comes out and plays it hard around. That's picked up there again by Pelham. Pelham will gain the line and fire it down the Cougars' end and give chase. McLeod loses an edge and collides hard with the boards. And Pelham is knocked off his skates down there in the corner. Played to the wall. Marsh just chips it by his man, but Greenwood gets a stick on it. Otherwise, the Cougars may have been away to the races. Here's Greenwood. Plays it to the half wall. Over to the near side for Kennedy. Kennedy dances around his man. Bonner slides. Kept in by Kennedy into the middle. Off of a stick. Sears comes off the bench. Leaves it for Greenwood. His shot is wide of the net. Might have hit a body en route. He'll have another try. That's tipped as well. Cranston regains it for the Gulls. He's knocked off the puck. Scrum along the boards in the Cougars' end. It's off a body and kept in by Greenwood. And that's going to be a glove pass by Greenwood. And a much-needed whistle if you were a Cougars fan. They were holding on inside their own zone for a few moments there. Seven minutes to go in the third period of this tie game. Gulls winning most of the draws at this stage of the game, and it's sent down the ice. Graves will be back for it for the Cougars. He'll play it off the boards, but it's out of the reach of Johnson, who loses his stick. Dufour leaves it there for Noel. Noel chops it ahead. Here's Calvert with some speed. He'll cut into the middle. Has a shot. And that's gloved down by Wambach. Good speed from Lakua Calvert to get that shot away. He actually faded a little bit away from the goal on that shot. Didn't get everything he wanted on it. Puck's controlled off the draw. Cannon back to the point. Slap shot coming, and that's tipped in front and out of play. Noel wound up for the big slap shot. Got it away clean, but it's deflected high and over the net. Cougars making a late change. Face-off controlled again by the Gulls. Noel will play it down behind the Cougars' net. First man there is McKinnon. He overskates the puck. Cougars will gain possession. Played into the middle of the ice. There's O'Neill. Tries to play it to the middle for Geezer. He can't pick it up cleanly. He'll fire a shot towards the net, but it hits the side of the net, and the Gulls will skate it out the other way. That puck just misses everybody and slides down the ice. Icing's waved off. Centering pass just misses Geezer driving the net. Played to the point. Here's Graves. He has a shot. Tipped in front, high and over the net. Kept in by Dixon. Dixon gets it down to the winger. Played back to Dixon, and that cycle is shut down by the Gulls. Puck hits Calvert, but it does get outside the line. Good stretch pass, connects with Graves, but he actually toe picks and can't get any speed going on that rush. Gulls look to regroup here. Pass gets to Pelham. He gets a stick on it, and they do wave off icing. He hadn't quite got the red line yet. Parks plays it in the middle dangerously, but it gets away with it. Geezer back the other way for the Cougars. He'll wind up, tries to go inside out on Henneberry, and that's shut down. Centering pass misses everyone. Sims has it at the point. His shot's blocked there nicely by Zwicker. Pass back to the point. Sims will have another shot. Again, blocked by Zwicker, and he's off to the races, but Dixon's hard on his heels. He does well to knock it away. Shot is off the side of the net, and Wambach is lying on it, basically. And again, some pushing and shoving after the whistle. Backhand shot from a sharp angle ended up on the back of the net, and Lane Wambach ended up back there as well. Might have been tied up with a couple of guys driving the net. Hopefully he's okay. 4:46 remaining. Gulls control the draw again. Kennedy's going to have a shot. That's blocked in front. Cougars can't clear the zone. Now they will. Johnson down the wing. Dumps it in and gives chase. McLeod pinching in. Tries to find it behind the net but can't. Gulls have some time and space to break it out. Sears takes the pass but can't take it cleanly. He gives chase down the wing. Good play from Braun to seal him off along the wall. And the Cougars come in transition again. It's a bit of a track meet. Back and forth they go. Rogerson leaves it behind the net, and it's cleared around the boards. Sears just chips it ahead. Cranston giving chase. Has a man streaking. And just can't get it to Levy as Wambach chops it into the corner. Gulls gain possession again into the middle. Here's Henneberry. Shot blocked in front. Loose puck gathered up by the Gulls. Here's Ruiz. He takes a shot. That's blocked as well. Rebound lying there and just cleared in time. McLeod gains possession but can't clear the puck. Ruiz bobbles it at the line. The Cougars will get another chance. Cougars gain the line and a backhand dump down the ice, and they'll go for a much-needed change. Here's Henneberry. Finds his D partner Ruiz. He'll gain the line here and probably dump it in. As he does, he'll clear it into the stands. Face-off should be outside the zone. .3:14 remaining in the third. Last half of this period has been heavily dominated by the Gulls, but the Cougars are holding on. Off the draw, Marsh gets it to Barry, and Barry will fire it down. Dufour back there, plays it up the wing to Cannon. Cannon chips to the center for Calvert, and it's regained there by Cannon. He'll gain some speed through the neutral zone. Beats his man Barry wide, thinks about a shot, but keeps possession behind the net. Cycle game is on now for the Gulls. Here's Calvert along the boards, plays it down low. Centering pass, no one home for the Gulls. Here's Marsh, tries to go inside out. Great play there to take the man, and the Gulls will come quickly back the other way. Pass misses, and it'll be sent down yet again. Cougars going for a wholesale change. Gulls trying to get it pointed in the right direction. Calvert dangerously knocked off stride, but no call on the play. Cougars looking to gain some speed. Here's Braun over the line. Goes wide on Kennedy. Plays it back to the point. Marty McLeod has a shot. Might have hit the Cougar that was down in front. Played back to the point for McLeod. He does well just to keep that on his backhand. And that's dragged outside the line by the Cougars. Fired back down, but they'll have to tag up. Here's Kennedy. Back the other way for the Gulls. He'll get the line and dump it in. 1:40 remaining in the game. Scrum along the boards. Good play there from Gieser to knock the puck away. He can't find it in his equipment. Now he does. But he's kept wide there by Evan Sargent Greenwood. Puck's turned over to the Gulls, but that pass misses into the middle of the ice. Barry will clean it up there, gains the line, and fires it in. Gulls trying to gain possession and clear the zone, and they will. Played off the boards, into the middle. That's Cannon, beats his man wide, cuts up, has three Cougars, played to the middle of the ice for Sears. Sears comes off the bench and picks the puck up, but it's chopped away there nicely by Wilson. Here's Ruiz. We're into the final minute of play. Plays reverse, but Gieser will pick it up there for the Cougars. He has his man beat, has a man driving the lane, but he takes the shot and has it deflected away. Here's Sears back the other way with a head of steam. Goes inside out, gets a shot away. Centering pass is knocked away just in time. Cougars did well not to take a penalty on that play. Graves tries to get along the boards, but turns it over briefly. Only 20 seconds remaining. Centering pass stopped by Barry, and he'll clear it to the corner. Into the middle. Here's Henneberry. Plays it down low. Cannon spins, fires off a body in front of Barry. Centering pass back to the point. Here's Henneberry. His shot, not much on it, is cleared by Graves. And that will do it for regulation time. After the third period of play, we have a 4-4 game. Final shots on goal for regulation time are 35-25 in favor of the Gulls. We'll head to a short break and we'll be back for overtime. And we're back. Overtime is a 3-on-3 format for 5 minutes, and if no winner is decided after that, we will head to a shootout. Very fitting that this game will head to an overtime period, as it's been a very tightly contested game from the start. And here we go. Gulls will control it off the draw. Possession on 3-on-3 is basically all you need. Here's Cranston, tries to go wide, he's in, he shoots, he off the post. I thought he scored, it hit the post and out. Owen Cranston just about ended things in the first 10-15 seconds, and it would have been his second of the game, and the Cougars have another life. Back the other way they come. Here's Braun. He can't get it ahead as Barry was jumping. They turned back as that was going to be an offside call. Here's Braun for the Cougars. Fires it across the ice for Geezer, but he has no speed, so he'll have to dump it in. Barry giving chase on Sears. Sears tries to headman the pass, turned over as Graves was coming off the bench, and Graves is knocked down briefly. Cranston picks the puck up for the Gulls in the corner. Graves in forechecking. Puck off a skate of Cranston into the corner. Buckley gives chase. Stretch pass and a big hit in the corner by Graves. They come back onside. Into the middle. Buckley tries to one-time the pass and he can't get the shot away. And we have an injured Gull. We'll have to take a moment. Hopefully they're okay after that big check from Sam Graves. Going to put the camera down the other end of the ice. What a golden opportunity the Cougars had as Buckley was driving the lane but just couldn't find the shot on goal. The injured player is Evan Sargent Greenwood, but he is up on his own power and walking down the tunnel, so all the best to him. Hopefully he's okay. .342 remaining in the overtime period. Face-off coming inside the Gulls zone. Ruiz controls it off the draw for the Gulls. He'll find Cannon in his own zone. Timmins steps up on him. Back to Ruiz. He spins back, trying to get things organized for the Gulls. He'll go for a skate and has a lane. He beats Buckley wide. He'll cut up inside the zone, looking for a pass. Cannon gains possession for the Gulls. Back to Ruiz, into the middle. Chipped on goal by Levy, but it's just wide of Wambach's net. Turned over to the Cougars now. Into the middle of the ice. Regained by Timmins. Cougars trying to get things sorted out themselves. And the Cougars will go for a change. 2 of the 3 men will go for a change anyway. Back the other way comes Linus Braun. He goes wide. Has a man driving the net, but decides to hold on to it. Loses it momentarily behind the net. And the Gulls will take over. Ruiz has it again. He finds Cannon. And they'll get things going towards the goal. Drop pass for Grayson Sears. Not a whole lot of speed, but he gains the line. Gulls changing. Now here's Kennedy. Kennedy drops it there. Cranston back to Kennedy. And Kennedy can't do much with that. It's off a body of Braun behind the net. Loose puck there dangerously, and it's stopped by Wambach. What a pad save to save the game for the Cougars. Here's Kennedy into the middle. Cranston finds Cannon. Cannon back into the center. Kennedy takes his eye off the puck for a moment. Has the puck chopped away momentarily, and it's just kept in by Grayson Sears. You can hear the fans crying for an offside call, but it's on. Tipped in front and stopped by Wambach. Lane Wambach stretching from side to side. I believe he stopped Cranston for his second great opportunity in the overtime period. 1 minute and 38 remaining. And again, if there's no result after overtime, we will head to a shootout. Cougars win the draw. Graves sneaks by Zwicker, but Zwicker back checking hard. Graves does well to beat 2 men. Has a man driving the net, but that pass is cut off by Zwicker. Avery Johnson had the lane, but the pass was just a little late. Into the middle of the ice, Cougars have to tag up. Johnson plays it down low and gives chase. Takes a hit from Henneberry down low. Both men go down, and the puck is trapped underneath. Comes free. Cougar player looking to center it. Skates it out of the corner. That's Ethan Marsh, I believe. Can't get the pass away. And now the Gulls will try to skate it out, but a good play there from Graves to chop it away. And now we have Zwicker 1-on-2 looking to set something up for the Gulls. He bullies his way to the net, and that pass is chopped away by Barry. We're into the last minute of play. 32 seconds remaining. Here's Ruiz. Finds Sears. Sears down the wing. Plays it into the middle. What a play! And they score! Shea Ruiz takes the pass from Grayson Sears and goes backhand, forehand to beat Wambach for the game winner. What a great game, folks. Both teams played excellent. Both goalies were fantastic. The Gulls will take the final 5-4 in overtime, and both teams will be back at it tomorrow at 11:15 for a rematch. Final shots on goal are 40-25 in favor of the Gulls. Thanks for tuning in to this fantastic matchup. My name is Jeff McIntyre for High Button Sports. We'll talk to you tomorrow.